Oh yeah. Yeah, what a great strike that was. This thing is, yeah,
What a way to end the day right here.
That fish is that wide. Look at that fish.
An absolute giant muskie. This is the time to catch him right here.
Oh, what a...
Hey guys, Jiggy Andersen here. I'm super excited to tell you about a lure that we've really put a lot of work into. It's called the Bigtooth KLACK Bait. We offer the bait in an open water model and a bull rush model, a weedless model. This is a lure that I've really wanted to do for numerous years now, and my partner Josh Craigthorpe and I, we've worked really hard to put it together. I was able to perfect it, and through 2 weeks of fishing this fall, we've caught 2 54 inchers, a 53, a 52, several other fish from 47 to 49 inches, all in 2 weeks of fishing. It's been absolutely on fire, and more specifically, the one I'm talking about here is the Bigtooth open water. Now, it's a buzz bait, but it's a really special buzz bait. It's a topwater lure that these muskies haven't heard before. Now, sound is a critical part of catching numerous muskies or high pressured fish. Sound is a big factor, more than color, more than anything in a lure, and we put that first. And that's the unique thing about the Bigtooth KLACK Bait, is the sound it puts out. Now, there's some things that come with that. This lure is, for lack of better terms, kind of a high maintenance lure, which means you can't just cast it and expect it to work. There's some tuning that you need to do when it comes to getting it just right. Things you want this blade just to click right on the body of the bait there. You want to make sure that these blades are bent. So if you cast the lure out and it starts to sink, what I want you to do is just kind of turn those blades a little bit more. And then another thing that you're going to want to watch for is eventually what's going to happen is this inside part that's connected to the shaft is going to eventually wear out, both the rivet and the blade. You might ask, why in the world would I buy a musky lure that wears out? The reason is because when it starts to wear out, the bait starts to squeal. When the bait starts to squeal, that's when the big fish really like to chow it. Now, we're gonna offer a 3-pack of blades with rivets included with the blade. So this is a Bigtooth KLACK. I'm gonna show you how it works. But the other awesome thing about this bait is it's a high hooking percentage bait. I'm batting like 13 for 14 bites in 2 weeks on this bait. So I've only missed one or dumped one. So it's truly a special lure, and I'm really excited about bringing it to the market. And I know that if you throw it, you're going to catch giant fish. So I'm going to cast it out. I'm going to show you what the bait's all about, and we'll dial in a little bit more how to get it tuned. And we look forward to you sending us all these giant fish pictures. Now, the equipment that I would recommend that you use is a high-speed reel with a longer rod. Now, the rod shouldn't be a super extra heavy rod. It should just be a heavy or medium heavy rod, because you want a little forgiveness when the fish bites. So I'm going to cast it out. I'm going to show you how it works. Now, the whole trick with this lure is to get it up right away. So when you cast it out, you want to start with your rod tip low and then bring your rod tip up. And once you get it on the surface, you want to just kind of reel it down. And once you get it on the surface, it runs perfect and true, and the fish just chowed. It's just an unbelievable lure. This one is tuned absolutely perfect, but if you listen real close, you can hear that bait clacking. Now, sometimes what happens when you use a lure a lot, you catch a fish on it, that bait gets spread out like that. All you need to do is with a simple pinch of the lure like that, that'll bring that blade down and have contact with it. Now, you don't want it to have too much contact. If you have too much contact, the bait will actually start to roll. So that's the most important part. Make sure the shaft also is in line. You want that shaft to be in line. So that's another thing to look for. And then, keep an eye on that rivet and that little hole there that connects the blade to the shaft. And you watch those things, and I tell you, this bait, you put it on the end of your rod and you cast to some fish when they're on topwater baits, you're gonna put a hurt bag on some of those fish out there. Now, this is a Bigtooth KLACK open water. Now, what I want to show you is another lure that I'm super excited about, is the Bigtooth KLACK weedless. Now, the weedless is not like the other buzz baits that are out on the market. This has a 9-aught hook on it. It has 051 wire, that's musky tough wire, and the blade is the thickest blade on the market. We make all these blades. That's the weedless, and when the fish move into the bulrushes in late August and September, this is the bait that you want to be throwing just because of that bigger hook, and it's just built musky tough. So that's the Bigtooth KLACK lineup. I am super excited, and I know that when you put these lures on, you're going to catch some of the biggest fish of your life. I'm Jiggy Andersen with Bigtooth Tackle.